Hi folks, Scott here. These parts are parts of a lawnmower. That's the steering wheel and some other things. I was going to do a Julia Childs thing so we can see what we have cooking. What we have cooking is a cookie sheet that my missus let me use and a bunch of lawnmower parts cut up. One part came from a Toro and one part is the steering wheel and another part is the grill off of an old Simplicity. They're all high density polyurethane, and I'm not gonna get into what's in there, but I'm gonna bake it and try to construct a slab. Now here's the other piece that I made with some other garbage that I had left, and that's a 2-inch thick by paint can diameter. Again, a little dented this time, as you can see the dimple this pressing it, so there's some criticality involved. And of course here's the other big one, solid chunk of polyethylene. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I was going to make it into a ball, but okay, over and out for a second. I'll easy bake oven after. Okay, 1 hour set. And again, there's the globs of lawnmower parts. Steering wheel, grill, and a footrest. And a few other little things for decoration. Gonna try to put it in the cookie sheet, make it flat. Press it down, make a sheet. Welding rod cases, looks like polyethylene. I'm going to cut them up and make some fancy stripes for my little plate, my cookie sheet thing. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Starting to melt pretty good. I'll pull it out, add some things, and show you before I put it back in. Okay, that's silly, but I cut up that arc welder box. There you go. It's going in. Quick shot to see that the arc welder cases are melted like cheese. Anyway, there it is. The mass in goo process. Over and out for a bit. Alright, half an hour, starting to settle down and melt in. Oop, I gotta fix the drippings on the edges. Okay. Alright, 45 minutes in. Now it's starting to all melt down pretty good. I'm going to set this cap in the center. Just for effect. Okay, so I've been playing with it a little bit. I turned it around, flattened it out here and there, arranged it, put a few more pieces in the back, if you can see where it was missing. And it was 10 minutes left, and I set it for 20 minutes again. I'll let that get kind of molten. Put the broiler on to soften the top. I'm going to press it and go to bed. Alright, there it is, and I'm going to put this old appliance top on it and press it. Leave it overnight. Glop them. There's the precarious pressure setup. Squishing the cookie sheet until tomorrow, unless I sprayed it with a hose. I'm going to let it cool slowly. Good night for now. so there's the slab flipped over out of the cookie tin. This is what the front ended up looking like. So I had put a little too much plastic in, and it was starting to ooze over the sides because I don't know exactly how much on my second try. And it worked out pretty good. There's the 1-inch thick slab of high-density polyethylene. And there's some spots where you can see I tried to press it down, but I couldn't because I didn't really have a high-pressure press and a sealed mold. But it squished it flat. The bottom formed to the pan. Not too bad on flatness. And I'm going to go cut it on the table saw and make it look pretty. Square it up so you can see just what you could do with this if you wanted to try to make big sheets or, I don't know, anything. I'm just trying to consolidate all the plastic garbage I have for maybe future use. Well, just a second. I'll have a finished product in a minute. Alright, I've been into the table saw and cut it square. So now you can see that this stuff can be easily sliced at a pretty straight clip. Sharp corners. I mean, this batch, like I say, didn't really get heated up to the point where I wanted it to become liquefied and actually glob all together, because you see some holes, and if you look closely you'll see some air bubbles, and that's because I couldn't get it hot enough to really not have it run all over my easy bake oven. I didn't want to mess and stink. And just for you people, Roy had asked, how's the room smell? Believe it or not, this high density polyethylene doesn't stink at all until you get above almost 400 degrees. However, let me warn you, this stuff, which is polyvinyl chloride, I think, PVC, does stink. It stinks terribly, and it also burns easily. So I'm choosing high-density polyethylene to play with first. Alright, well, there's all my polyethylene storage ingots for the moment. Over and out. Pretty tough stuff. Alright, currently I am cutting some of this stuff. So you can see just what you can do with it. Well, there's the slab I just cut. Fairly thin, not too thin, 1/4 inch or so, with an odd variance to it. But anyway, it just goes to show that this stuff is kind of cool. And there's the pretty little pattern, and suppose someone could get artistic and such, like that, or worse. But there'll be more. Over and out.